Hi everyone, this is the first video in a series of collaboration videos you'll be seeing from me. I was very kindly asked by Leah from Leah XL to get involved with a collaboration with herself and Claire from The Love of All Things Beauty. I'll link both their channels down below. So Leah came up with the idea of every other week, I think we're going to do it, we upload a makeup look based around the colours of the rainbow. So there's a colour for each video and we create a makeup look based around that colour, whatever we are inspired to do. And I've decided to make them a bit more of the chatty style rather than sort of the edited down style of makeup videos, because that's how Leah and Claire do them. I do really like that style. And the post-production isn't really my forte, so I thought it would be the best way to do it. And I never call my makeup looks tutorials anyway, because I'm not sure how much I can teach people, but this is more about me experimenting with makeup in front of the camera, and as Leah pointed out, it's a great way to get us to use more of our makeup and sort of try out new looks with them. Anyway, so after all the babbling, I'm going to start off with this week's look, which is the colour red. So I was going to do the red lip look straight away, that's the first thing that came to mind, and then I thought, no, I'll try something different, I'll do a burgundy eye look. Then I remembered that I already have uploaded a burgundy eye look end of last year, October time, so I'll link that if you're interested. So I went back to the original red lip idea, but I've decided to do more of a summery version of a red lip, because a lot of people think of the red lip as being the autumn winter look, but I think if you tone it down a bit and change your eye makeup a little bit, it can work really well for summer. So getting on with things, I've already put some foundation on. I've used the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation simply because it's the only foundation that matches me at the moment. I do happen to love it anyway, but I've just come back from holiday, so I am a little bit darker than normal. I say a little bit darker, I've gone from ivory to beige. Clearly not a deep tan, but that's what I've got on my face. And I've also filled in my eyebrows. What did I use for that? Didn't bring it with me, but I've used the Soap and Glory Archery eyebrow pencil in the darkest colour. They only do two colours, I think. So the next thing I'm going to do is put on some concealer. I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20, which I was matched for when I went on holiday before I went. And I was surprised because when I went and got matched for one of their foundations, she told me I was NW10. So I thought, well, surely I'm going to be the same in the concealer. Apparently I'm NW20, but I did trust her because when she put it on my face, it did seem to match. And now that I'm a little bit darker, it should be okay still. I'm just going to use it under the eyes. Luckily, I don't have too many blemishes at the moment, but I have been using it on holiday and I am really in love with it so far. It is, as all the hype says, really long lasting, really high coverage, and I haven't had too much caking with it either. And I'm going to set everything with Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder. I've talked about this quite a few times on my channel, I believe, and I am actually hitting pan on it as well, so, oops, sorry, I blinded you. I just love it as a setting powder, but I have actually been using this on holiday as a foundation as well, just because I didn't want as much coverage in the hot weather. Just going to use the setting brush to apply it with a bit more precision under the eyes. So I might as well carry on with the face whilst I'm on the area. This is the W7 Hollywood Bronze and Glow. I showed you this in a haul just in my last video actually. Really reminds me from the look of it of the Charlotte Tilbury version, which is a lot more expensive. I've been using this for my whole holiday and I absolutely love it. It's really good. I said in my other video, not a contouring bronzer, it's a little bit on the warm side and it has got some shimmer in it. But if you've got a little bit of colour as a pale person, it makes for a really nice bronzer, and if you are more olive skinned, I think it would look really nice. It's got just the right amount of pigment so that it's not too easy to overdo it as long as you're gentle. So I'm kind of just using it as an all over, but a little bit darker sort of around the cheekbones and under the chin. And I do put a little bit on the nose when I'm going for a bronzy look as well. So having said that about the bronzer not being too pigmented, the highlighter is pretty full on, so you have to use a very, very gentle touch with that. But it's a lovely golden one. I don't normally go for golden coloured highlighters, I go for more of the pink ones because of my skin colour. But with a little bit of a tan, or if it was someone with darker skin, a gold one I think looks lovely. So moving on to the eyes, I'm going to use the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So it's a MAC Paint Pot in the colour Painterly, which is basically, for my skin tone, a skin coloured base. This is what I used to use all the time as a sort of primer slash base for my eyeshadows until I bought the Urban Decay one, which I find much better for preventing creasing, but this is still a nice base. I just find that if it's going to be an eye look you're wearing for a long time, it does start to crease towards the end of the day, more so than the Urban Decay one, which is just amazing. But nevertheless, it's still good enough for me to want to use it up, so I've used that today. Right, for the eyes I'm going to use a palette that I haven't got around to using yet. I showed you this in my palette collection video. This is from I Heart Makeup, which is from Makeup Revolution, and it's called the I Am Naked palette. I'm going to use this because it's got all neutral colours in and mattes and shimmers, so I just wanted to create a sort of summery neutral eye that goes with a red lip for sort of more of a nighttime look in the summer. And I'll zoom you in a bit for the eyes. Start off with the lightest matte shade all over the lid and under the brow bone. Then I'm going to put the very slightly darker shade in the crease first, and on top of that I'm going to put the darker brown shade in the crease. Then with a pencil brush I'm going to use the same brown shade and sort of take it down into a subtle V. I think this is quite a natural eye look. I mean, it depends on what your version of natural is, but for me, I think it's quite a natural evening-y look. Blend. So when I'm doing something a bit more summery, I prefer not to use eyeliner, but I'm going to use the medium brown there to line the lower lash line so that it does pull it together a little bit. And then my favourite trick in the book, I'm going to use the really, really shimmery gold shade just on the centre of the lid to hopefully finish off the eye look. And I'm going to go back and use a little bit more of that Hollywood Bronze and Glow, the highlighter in the inner corner of the eye. I just think that makes so much difference. Everything I've learnt about putting on makeup has come from YouTube, I think. Mascara. I'm going to use a sample I've got actually. It's an Hourglass sample I got when I bought something, which was a present for someone else. But I kept the sample. It's just called their Film Noir. I have to be honest, I have used it a few times and I'm not terribly impressed. But I decided to use it for this one because I think it gives a much more natural look. I like a little bit more drama in an eyeshadow mascara, but if you're going for a more natural summery eye look, you don't want your eyelashes being too dramatic, especially if you've got no eyeliner on, in my opinion anyway. So it is a nice mascara if you like a really natural look. I think it definitely doesn't clump, but I don't think it adds much length at all. Just volumizes them a little bit. So on to the whole point of the makeup look, the red part. So I'm using two products. This is the Max Factor Colour Elixir Lip Liner in Red Rush, number 10. And this is the Kiko 3D Instant Volume Lip Plumping and Refreshing Lip Gloss in number 213. I'm pretty sure Kiko doesn't have names for it, but it's like a raspberry red colour. So in my opinion, this is the perfect kind of red to use if you want more of a summery red lip, and I would always go for gloss over lipstick if you want something more summery as well. But as it's a kind of evening look that I'm doing, I want a bit of definition, so that's why I'm using the lip liner. And I'm putting the lip liner all over the lips to give more of a long-lasting effect. It's quite a good match for the lip gloss actually, because it's not a true brick red, it's more of a orangey, corally red. So as for the lip gloss, this is one of those tingly ones that is meant to plump up your lips. I think it does work a little bit, but obviously the effect's only really short-lived. To be honest, I've hardly used it since I bought it, but I don't know why. It's just not one that I've, on the tooth, one that I've used too much. So there we go, that is my take on the colour red for this week's rainbow theme. I'll zoom you out again. There. So I personally think that is the perfect look for a summer night out. This is definitely something I would wear on a summer night out. It's just a shame that I now have nothing to do and I'm probably just going to take it all off again. So let me know what your thoughts are on the look. Don't forget to go and have a look at Leah and Claire's take on the red week as well. I believe next time we'll be doing yellow. I will be carrying on with my regular weekly videos as well, so there'll be a couple of weeks, a month where you'll be getting 2 videos a week, lucky you. Don't forget to like and subscribe as I always say, and I'll see you next time. Bye.